G'day guys, welcome to the channel. Today's video I've got an interesting build. So as you know, this channel is dedicated to everything radio control, whether it be cars, planes, helicopters, FPV drones. Most of the stuff I've done here has been cars with the odd aircraft thrown in for the mix. So I have this build and it is a Dancing Wings airplane. Now this is a model that I got off Banggood. Now you're probably wondering why the hell you want something like this for. You know, you got helicopters, you got large scale planes and cars and so forth. Thing is, this build isn't actually going to be for me. It's actually going to be a surprise gift for my dad. Now, it's going to be a bit different because at the moment my old man isn't here at home at the moment. He's on a bit of a holiday at the moment. So I'm going to be surprising him with it. He's always shown interest in the model aircraft. However, he's always said to me, I'd love to get into it. Just the fear of crashing something expensive is what turns me off. And that's what he said to me. So, as usual, I go through eBay and Banggood and things, and you know how it is. You scroll through stuff and you see things that look pretty good. Anyway, I happened to come across this model airplane kit on Banggood, and I looked at it, and the price was good, and it's made from foam, and the price was good too. It was like a flash deal thing going on, so I've bought it. So without me flapping my gums any further, how about we just cut straight to the workbench, and I'll show you what you get and tell you what you need. Alrighty guys, so here it is. This is the Dancing Wings Hobby Micro PP J3 FireBird. So what it is, it's basically a Piper Cub. Well, loosely based on a Piper Cub. And as you can see, it's a very, very small box. So it's made, what do they call it? PP foam or something. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact material, but it's a foam model, and there's a little bit of, I think it's balsa in there for like formers and that for the wings and for part of the airframe. So there are two variations you can get of this kit. You can just get the basic kit, or you can get what I've opted for is the kit plus electronics minus a few little things. So what I'll do is I'll open up the box, and I've already had a quick gander in the box just to make sure everything is in there. So this is what you get, and as you can see guys, that's the main part of the fuselage, and as you can see it is very small. So you get your basic hardware. So you got these carbon, I've watched a few videos on YouTube and that just to see what it is that you get and what the build's like. So you get carbon rods for the wings and things like that. That's your hardware. This is the electronics you get. Now the electronics you get are brushless motor, electronic speed controller, and 4 servos. That's what you get. Plus you get the prop for it. So it's very, very simple, very easy to put together. The electronics you do need to complete it are a receiver and a battery. Now I've got those things lying about. Now with the servos, they have this little funny connector on it because it's designed for a real like micro-sized all-in-one receiver, but they've since changed the specifications of the kit. So what I might have to do is with the servos, I might have to either cut the plug off and solder on an ordinary servo connector, or see if I can find adapters for it, which shouldn't be too hard. So those are the electronics you get, and like I said, you just need a LiPo battery, 2-cell LiPo battery, because this is a 4000 kV motor. So yeah, 2S LiPo, and here's the main part. So here you get your fuselage, your wings, and so forth. You got your instruction manual, and here is where you put, this is some balsa. So this balsa is to help form part of the fuselage structure, and as you can see, you've got wing ribs here, and this helps with the structure, to form the structure of the wings. So this isn't really it's not really a beginner kit, but it is a good first timer to learn on. So what I usually do with these sort of builds is like I'll unbox it and then I'll do a time-lapse build. However, given the kind of kit that this is, I'm not going to do that. Now, one of the things I should point out too, guys, is when you build this kit, being that this is foam, you cannot use ordinary CA. You could probably get away with PVA glue, maybe, I'm not too sure. However, I am using some foam safe CA. And with the foam safe CA, with this particular stuff here, it says to cure properly, this product must be used with PT28 foam safe kicker. So I've got some of that. It's around here somewhere. Yeah, so you need some foam safe kicker. So I'm using foam safe CA to assemble this kit. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to build it off camera, and then we'll come back to the completed kit. Well, guys, here it is. And I can honestly say I'm glad I didn't do a time lapse of this, because it took me over a week to put this together. I know some of you thinking, "Oh, geez, it's real simple." It's quite fiddly and time consuming, so it took a while to put together. I'm still waiting on some batteries to arrive for this. I had some Turnigy 800 milliamp hour LiPo batteries just laying about, and I thought that they would fit, but believe it or not, they're actually too big for this. So I have some Genzace Tattoo 300 milliamp hour packs coming for it. I do have to do one more thing for it, and that's change the plug on this to an XT30, and I'll change the battery plugs to an XT30. One of the other things with this kit, it was very fiddly, especially trying to cram a standard receiver into this. I was going to use hang on, just give me a second. I was going to use this high-tech receiver with my old high-tech radio for my father to use. However, space is very limited. So what I've opted to do is, if I can just get this off, this comes off. I have it set up so it just is held in by a pin. Tell you what I'll do is I'll just pause the video here and I'll just move the wing back so you can get an idea. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, space is very, very limited. I'm just trying to film it in such a manner so you can see in here. But I have a Spectrum receiver in here. And what I've also had to do, what I've also done is I've made it so you can take the receiver out. So I'll just carefully, because I don't want to damage this in any way. No, I'm not going to force it. But I had some real trouble with this section here. Being that this is just balsa, it's not plywood or in any way, it's just balsa. And being balsa, it is very, very weak. Like for instance, here's just an offcut, you know. Oh, now it's strong. But some of the offcuts of the balsa here were very weak. Well, something this section here was quite weak. And in here you can't really see too well because of the wires, but if I can just find some, oh, here we go, this will work. Just in here you probably can't see it too well, but I tried to screw in the two servos for this, and as I'm carefully screwing it, trying to put the screw in, and it just breaks and goes straight through it. So what I had to end up doing was gluing the servos in place. I had to, where it was broken, I had to carefully bring up that part that had broken and then put a brace across and glue it, just with some ordinary CA. You can use a bit of ordinary CA on the wood parts. But yeah, I had to build that back up, and that was rather annoying. So yeah, I had to glue the glue part of that back together and glue the servos in. So hopefully these servos last a while, and I don't have to replace them anytime soon. So yeah, so really that's pretty much it for the build. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this all in one video. So you've seen the box, you've seen it built. So what I'm going to do, guys, is as soon as the batteries arrive, we're going to take it to the park, and I'm going to do its very first flight. So through the magic of video editing, let's go to the field. Alrighty guys, we are at the oval. Just a small, well, fairly large oval. There's a little bit of a breeze, and hopefully this won't affect it too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get the battery all plugged in and set up, and hopefully we have a successful flight. So be back in a moment. Alrighty, hopefully the bit of breeze we have doesn't affect it too much. It's unfortunately going the wrong way, but I think I might try a hand launch with this kit, with this model. So I might just walk down a little bit further, just in case. Alright, let's see how we go. Okay, I had no control and it lost its hood. That's not good. This isn't good. This is disappointing. Okay, I'll be back in a moment, people. Alrighty guys, I'm not sure what the go is. I'm gonna have to do another hand launch. I just had no control, it just wanted to dive in. So I'll give it another test flight. If not, well, I'm going to have to do another hand launch, as I've lost, well, I haven't lost the wheel, but I've lost the little clip that holds it on. So we'll see how we go. Okay. It's not easy to fly. Yeah. Alrighty. It's just broken the landing gear. Alright. I'm gonna have to remove the landing gear, and it's going to be gearless. Alright guys, I can't exactly get the landing wire off. I'm just going to leave it as it is for the moment. I've taken the other wheel off so I don't lose it, but we will try again. But it is not exactly an easy model to fly, I'll say that. So let's give it another try. Bloody hell. All I'm doing is just bank and yank at the moment, and I'm just doing right hand circuits. It is not easy to fly. Like, a little breeze has come up, and oh shit, pardon me. It's not easy, and it looks like it's a bit tail heavy. Which way are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? And that's that. Alright. Alrighty. I'll be back, fellas. Well, guys, honestly, not sure what to say about this model. It's not exactly easy to fly. And before the armchair experts get on here, start commenting, for starters, I'm not a beginner at flying. I have been flying for a very long time, and I have various models, as you would see on my channel. And it did look like it was tail heavy. However, I have the battery and the receiver as far forward as I could get them, and like with this model this size, I am limited, and I'm not sure what I'm thinking this is what caused that crash. The hinges just came off. I know I bought this for my old man. However, I think he's home and he's seen it and he loves it, and he is keen to get into flying. However, I don't think this is very beginner friendly. I mean, it can take a hit, don't get me wrong, but even me flying this whole time, flying it, like once it got in the air, it was fine, but the slight breath of wind, yeah,
it just said nope. So I'm honestly going to say, guys, that I'm going to finish the video here. It kind of disappointing, I must say, kind of disappointing. I'm going to go over the model and just check things over, but yeah, so that's the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, well, that makes one of yous. I can't say I can't say I enjoyed the end result, but if you have any questions, or if you have any tips for, if you've got one of these and you got tips, please don't hesitate to drop a comment. I'm all ears. But until then, guys, enjoy your hobby and cheers.